I can, Mark. You're on.
That's weird. Wait, are we on? Are we streaming?
Yeah, we are. Pete pointed
All
at
right.
you.
Well,
You're gonna have to say it again. Now
I'm busy with my mic right now. Sorry, everyone. We're having some technical difficulties. I don't know what happened. All my stuff was working yesterday, and now it's not. But anyway, hey ballers, whoa. I have the soundboard up. I can't actually see you pointing at me because the soundboard's in the way.
Mark,
Hey,
you're
ballers.
on.
Hey ballers, welcome to If These Balls Could Talk, the podcast that's always there for you with these fine words I say is true. This is Mark along with John and our producer Pete, and we're ready to discuss the latest in sports, tech, and pop culture. If you like what you hear or see, please like us or hit that little subscribe button, or as we like to say, tickle that little bell. Tickle, tickle, tickle. I'm glad that you guys have finally embraced the tickle your bell kind of.
I still hate it, but it's fine. It's all good, bro.
You're leaning into it. All right. Joining us tonight for the first time is our friend Shane DeBarros. I know him from kickball. He's the very first kickballer we've had on this show. So good evening, Shane. And how are things with you?
I'm all right. I think I'm starting to get a sinus infection, but other than that, all good in the hood.
I love your hoodie. Or your shirt. I have that in the hoodie.
Was it National Kickballers Association?
No, it's a Celtics championship jersey. Yeah.
Yeah.
We finally figured it out, you guys. 30-point double-doubles coming at you live from New York City.
What is the Knicks record right now?
Like 9-6.
Okay,
We're on like a 4 or 5 game winning streak. We're just like it's like when you get so I'm gonna break it down for you guys. It's like when you get onto the kickball field and a whole bunch of new people are there, and you don't play good in the beginning. You got to figure it out. Just got to figure it out.
Maybe you don't.
That's all, man. That's all, man. Feel good.
John, how you been?
I'm great.
I mean, we're not professional.
Hey, man, you should be though. You should be. I'm doing really well. As you can see, my football spirit animal is starting for the New York Football Giants this weekend. Tommy Cutlets. Hey, what's the matter, you? I went as far as to pick him up in our dynasty league. Now, granted, I don't have any other quarterbacks going this week, so it was a little bit of a desperation move, but I'm really excited about it. As far as Jamie and I, we are now watching way back 20 years ago, young Jennifer Garner in Alias. That's what we started.
Nice.
So there's like 100 episodes of Alias apparently. So
that was on for like 4 or 5 seasons, right?
We're slogging through season 1. It's great, even for the early aughts. And she loves it because Jennifer Garner's beautiful and she's super stylish and she kicks.
That wasn't in the 90s. That was early aughts.
Early aughts, 04, I think. She kicks a lot of people in the face. So she's been enjoying that. We got fancy ice cream again today. I got a thing called Cookie Monster, which is cookie dough.
Was it blue?
It wasn't blue. It wasn't blue. But it's cookies and cream and cookie dough mixed in one. It was awesome.
Need to focus your camera a little, John.
I'm gonna do my thing.
Do your thing. Do your thing.
There we go. Fucking hates me. There we go. And I don't know what's going on with you, man.
I got my Pawtucket listing under contract, which is very nice.
Yes.
I actually put as some of you may have seen, I actually put something on TikTok about it as well, and it made me want to actually do a real estate social on TikTok. Although the U.S. government might have something to say about that because they're
is it against the rules?
It's almost against the rules. They're on the verge of banning it.
Because just the U.S. government banning TikTok in general, or something with the Realtors Association regarding TikTok?
No. About TikTok.
That's never going to happen.
Yeah, we'll see.
Especially when our Chinese overlords come.
Not just that. If you ban something like that, there's just going to have 3 things like it pop up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a hydra.
So
yeah.
also you've seen like the government, like the Senate floor meetings about TikTok, where the owner comes in, or the CEO comes in, and the senators ask him, well, does it get on my Wi-Fi? And like, sir, I mean, it works over Wi-Fi. He's like, no, but is my files at risk? But no, sir, that's not.
It's not a virus. It's
not the way it's not the way it works.
Yeah.
It's not. You're misunderstanding it.
Oh, yeah,
Is there a particular senator that you're trying to impersonate right now,
All of
John?
them.
That
All of them.
honestly covered
That
about
is the
85%
sound
of all the senators.
Most of them.
Well, the actual accent that you had, it sounded a lot like Senator Kennedy from Louisiana.
Yeah, I could pick that. I could picture
Good
that.
to know if you ever need to do an impression of him.
Yes, Senator. I'm leaning into the darkest timeline. I was really enjoying, even though it makes me cry on the inside. I'm really enjoying all WWE memes about the nominee for education secretary.
Oh yeah,
I haven't seen any of those.
I'm really shocked that he hasn't
picked.
I'm really shocked he hasn't picked Hulk Hogan as a cabinet position yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Maybe that'll be the new attorney general.
He needs a new attorney general. So let's just fucking go. Let's fucking go, you guys.
I think Hogan's going to be in charge of the Department of CTE.
Oh shit! Oh my god.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good.
Who better to lead it than someone with CTE? He understands.
Oh, he doesn't get hit in the head like Antonio Brown though.
Well,
he just does a lot of coke.
I wouldn't be surprised if he tried to nominate the attorney general as the animated general from the General Insurance commercials with Shaq.
You know, someone someone on the Trump team saw Idiocracy and thought it was a great idea, and it's just trying to model exactly against Idiocracy.
Yeah,
it's happening.
Brought to you by Carl's Jr.
Brought to you by Carl's Jr. Yeah, Shane, you got me, man. What's going on, Pete?
Not too much. Only Liam turning 1. So we got a toddler in the house. And now we're copyright infringed.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Only over a minute. That's the problem. Don't do it over a minute.
I know. All right. So yeah, we had a little get together for Liam's party. He tried to eat an entire giant piece of cake that was like this big.
He housed that cake. He took the whole thing and he shoved it in his mouth once he learned that cake tastes good, which took a second.
He took a while experimenting, but then you just each bite got progressively bigger, and then Steph tried to take away the piece, and he just grabbed it and went, "Oh!"
That picture was amazing. That picture is amazing.
Yes.
He was going all like gingerly at it, like a lot of babies do.
Yeah,
and then
just testing it out.
I look back, and he's just covered in chocolate cake.
Yeah, I swear I turned away for a second, come back, and he had a chocolate cake beard. It was amazing. Yeah,
I think that's 2 more subs. I looked down and we're at 58.
There
Congratulations, number 57 and 58. We appreciate you being here.
And now this doesn't make me a Chiefs fan by any stretch, but the other news is that tomorrow night, Steph and I are going to Toronto to see Taylor Swift at Rogers Center. So it was a gift to Steph, since she's a huge Taylor Swift fan, and I kind of like a couple of her songs too.
I mean, she's Taylor Swift. The show's going to be amazing.
If only she wasn't
Pete,
dating
what we're
going to
need is you to be a If These Balls Could Talk reporter in the field, and we're going to need some photos.
I know. I'll let you know if Travis Kelce is at the show.
Also an interview with Taylor Swift.
Theoretically, you should take the password to the Instagram and do a live.
Should I show up with a big poster with the meme that's been going around with Kelce looking at Kelce like looking at Josh Allen sorry, I screwed that up. Taylor Swift looking at Josh Allen and Kelce.
Pete, I'm going to cut that. You can just do the joke again.
I'm going to start it over.
In post. Yeah, start it over, man.
Let's pretend that never happened. So I'm going to go to this show. Right? Should I go with a giant poster with Taylor Swift looking over her shoulder at the sexy Josh Allen over there, and Travis Kelce's like, "Hey."
I think Haley Steinfeld would kick her. I think Haley Steinfeld could kick her ass, honestly.
Probably.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that Haley Steinfeld and Josh Allen are dating.
Yeah, I think she's meaner than Taylor.
I don't know. Taylor.
I mean, not like socially or emotionally.
I
think Taylor would be a scrappy fighter too. She's long.
She's tall.
She's very tall.
Yeah, she can reach.
But theoretically, Haley Steinfeld has now learned how to use a bow because of her part in the MCU.
Yeah, but Taylor Swift's a billionaire. She can just hire a bunch of
Ninjas.
ninjas.
Is celebrity
exactly.
deathmatch still a thing? Because that would be pretty epic.
I think I want Taylor Swift to hire ninjas on a day-to-day basis.
But actually,
I think
the
that'd be
two of
amazing.
them used to be friends. I don't know if they still are.
They
but
probably still are.
I'm sure they are.
They probably still. Yeah. Why are we trying to make up this like scenario where they're like battling? at it?
Because they champion different football teams. Damn it!
They
Okay.
could root for different teams. We all root for different teams.
I
and
know.
We're all friends.
I know. Actually, no. If I got a chance to ask Taylor Swift at the show, it's obviously I'm going to find her, backstage and just be like, "Hey, what's up? We're big fans," and just have a regular conversation with her over like a glass of wine or a beer.
People
Pete,
just walk
Pete, I fucking swear, if you talk to Taylor Swift, you better do an interview for the show.
I should. Yes, we're live with Taylor Swift. Like,
Fucking
No.
swear, man.
but you know how I would ruin it though, because I'd be like, "Wait a second, weren't you an Eagles fan?" End of the interview. That's
All right, hey,
I heard
we
you
need
like
to
things.
we need to move on to the
All right.
the meat and potatoes
All right.
of the show.
Hey guys,
Yes.
why did the ice cube? Well, I'm sorry. What did the ice cube say to the soda can?
What?
Let me break the ice. I'm cool to meet you.
Aw.
It's time for warm up your balls.
Fucking love you guys, man.
As a reminder, Pete will spin the wheel that will randomly select a question that our guest will answer. Are you ready, Pete?
I will be as soon as the wheel appears. It's not there.
It's not
So
there.
I
Pete.
don't
There it
know.
is. Hold on.
I don't
I
know.
got it. I
don't know
got
if
it.
you
I got
guys. I don't know if you
Bam.
guys briefed
I
Shane
got
on
it.
this.
The wheel is back.
Shane,
No.
Shane, we're not going to be able to see the wheel. They'll see it on the live stream, but Pete will we'll spin the wheel and then we'll tell us what the question is.
Okay, the wheel is up.
Word.
Do we have audio from the wheel?
Wheel of morality, turn, turn, turn.
We don't have audio from the wheel.
How was that from?
Oh, you know what it's from, Shane.
From Animaniacs.
Okay,
It's time for.
so I spun the wheel.
Animaniacs.
I'll try to get audio back for that on the next spin. But if you could relive any year of your life, which one would it be? Shane, let's start with you.
It's so deep.
What
Deep
was
like
like
your
the best
soul.
year? Like a best year of wine or something like that. What was a good vintage?
A little too deep, Shane.
I don't think I've ever been asked a question like that. But
You can
I
thank
don't think 2016 was that
ChatGPT for
bad.
that one.
Yeah,
What
we
happened in
don't-
2016?
16.
What happened in
I feel like
2016?
it just-
Why was it good, or was it just?
It didn't suck.
Is it like March 13th? Is it like it was just a really nice day? You'll wear a warm sweater, like Miss Congeniality style.
Yeah, you jacket. That was fine. Yeah.
How old were we in 2016? That was 8 years ago. Ooh, I would have been in my 30s.
7. Yeah, late birthday, 27. Turned 28 at the end of the year.
All right, 20. So what else happened in 2016?
Anything good?
Oh, Trump got elected, didn't he?
That was
Ooh.
beginning of his.
Ooh. So like I have some really like banner years and less for
I also lost my job.
things,
There.
but
Yeah,
more
2016
like
was not a good year.
events.
Let's.
Like 2012 was a really good year. That's when
Yeah.
Jamie was born.
Mm.
2006 was a
Yeah.
really good year. That's when I got married. 1997 was a really good year. That's when I met my wife.
Yeah, 2015. That was a good one.
2004 was a good year. We graduated college. Well, I did. I mean, a lot of my years have been good. And honestly, I got to tell you, the last 2 years have been really great. And like specifically since I've gotten like a lot of my anxiety under control. And I talk about that a lot on the show, but like probably this year was pretty good. Right before nuclear apocalypse. So, it's got to be the best one.
I think
Yes.
my
Talks
favorite.
about the nuclear apocalypse.
Yeah, Tupacalypse.
Tupacalypse.
He comes back. All this is just some viral marketing campaign for Tupac's return.
Amazing.
I believe
It's like
it. I
the
believe
end
it
of
happened.
Dr. Strangelove. He's just riding an atomic bomb into
Oh
the
my
earth.
god, amazing.
yes.
I'd be so impressed. Tupac, you're alive.
I was a big fan of 2004. That's when I got my master's degree, and then I just decided to not do anything for a while.
Oh man.
I was just a human being, and I with like zero responsibilities.
You
It
got your
was
master's
great.
in a year?
I got my master's in a year. That's why I was like dead.
Jesus Christ,
Damn.
Mark.
I know,
I forgot about that.
but it's okay. All as it all gets done.
That
All right,
it
in the
does.
end.
All right, next
In
question.
the end.
I know. I always screw that up.
Yeah, 2015 was pretty fucking dope. Got
Why?
married. Got married. Went to Hawaii. We got our house. There's a lot of good stuff that year. A lot of good
Oh
beginnings.
yeah, that's a busy year there.
It's a big year. All right, here we go. And I mean, okay, 2023 now. Hey, we got Liam. So, all right. The wheel audio is back. What is your idea of a perfect weekend?
It's the
Go ahead, Shane.
perfect day.
Completely open-ended, no set plans.
Yes, I
wanna do
love those
something, I can-
weekends.
Do
What-
something.
What would that be like? Huh.
Yeah, I know you now have a kid. You
Pete,
don't.
normally people don't schedule every minute of the weekend. See, that's how the rest of us
Really?
live. Yeah. It's wild.
So like, huh.
It's really fucking snowing in Cleveland.
Those are
Holy
rare.
shit.
I love those weekends
keep it.
where. Yeah, they can keep it. I love those weekends where nothing is planned, and sometimes I just never leave my couch. It's amazing.
See that fat guy in the luchador mask? Sorry, I'm still stuck on Cleveland. I live a lot of unplanned weekends because Jamie and Mel are introverts, but I like a planned weekend. I like stuff, and it's mainly because a lot of the rest of my life is
So what would you plan? What would be your favorite plan?
What would be the best weekend? The best weekend would be a road trip with the girls to somewhere awesome, theoretically a great
A
adventure.
baseball game?
Or a baseball game.
Nice.
That would be a perfect weekend. And almost tried to do that when we went to see friend of the show, Eric Gould, friend of the show, friend of generalness, in Philly. But then we got Ticketmastered, so we didn't get to go to the game. It's still a good weekend though.
Very sweet.
Wow.
I'd say I'm going to tangent this, and not necessarily a perfect weekend, but a perfect like
Day
that you weren't expecting. Snow day. You look outside and there's just 2.5 feet of snow. Plows aren't there yet. And you're like, well, fuck it. I'm not going to work. Just plow the driveway and just watch some movies.
now, okay.
Stay in PJs or play out in the snow.
Tangent on that.
Yeah.
Would you rather, is this like an adult snow day, or is this like a kid snow day, like an 80s style snow day where everybody meets in the street at the cul-de-sac and does sledding on some random perfect hill?
I mean, now it can be both, right? I got a little kid.
It can never be both.
I got a little kid. We'll take him sledding.
But like,
Do you know
like
ahead
when
of time
you're
snow is coming?
that's never.
Ooh. Maybe it's
I
like
mean,
late,
never.
late that night, and they're like, "Yeah, this huge storm's coming. It's unavoidable, 100% chance."
I mean, I don't know about you guys in New England, but it doesn't snow in the capital region anymore.
Not nearly as much as it. Actually, it never
Not
really snowed a lot
nearly
here.
at all,
Really?
Pete. Not nearly at all. It's been 4 or 5 years where I've snowblowed once.
We get one storm. Oh, I have our wrong names on. We get one storm in like March. That's usually pretty good.
Next question.
All right, I like that one. Even if a snow day is on a Saturday, I still like that one.
Is that George Pickens?
Okay, here we go. Ooh. Do you collect anything? And if so, what? And if not, we'll just say no and we'll go on to the next question.
I dabble collecting vinyl. I used to collect baseball cards when I was younger.
Ooh, nice.
That's cool.
What's like your most prized record that you have then? Or just a really good one that you're like, ooh, not a lot of people still have that.
I wound up picking up an original pressing of it was an Elvis Costello album.
Ah.
It had like it had a promotional live at Hollywood High. I think it was only like 3 or 4 tracks off the full album, and everything was still in the original packaging. And like I think the receipt might have still been inside, and I was like, oh shit, this is
That's cool.
It's actually a pretty solid find that I wasn't expecting to get a 2-for-1 kind of deal.
Oh, that's awesome. That's good. I've always tried to find a Depeche Mode record, and every like record store people say like you're never gonna find that.
Now, Shane, did you always have a record player and always had vinyl before the whole craze, like where it came back, or is this something that you recently done?
I've always kind of sort of been into music in some way, shape, or form, and we had the big stereo unit downstairs that had the space of the records, the equalizer, the double tape deck, and I had the record
Yes,
player
the
upstairs.
classic audio stack with the the Geo EQ.
I always wanted to try to play some vinyl on it, but the needle disappeared.
Oh no!
So it was just there. And then when my next door neighbors were moving out, they're like, "Oh, Shane, you're into music, this, that, and the other. We still have some records from when the kids lived here, like 30 years prior.
Ooh.
And you want to come by and just like thumb through them, take what you want. If not, we're just gonna chuck it."
What?
All right, cool. Walk out of there with like a stack.
Damn.
Like, yeah.
That's friggin' awesome.
I gotta run and find a charger.
Ooh, oh.
All right. Cool. I have dabbled in a lot of things over the years. I have a little bit of a baseball card collection. I have a little bit of a comic book collection. I have my mother and I, for a little while, were collecting memorabilia. My mother's a nut, right? So she got on Steiner Sports for a little while, and we got a lot of signed stuff from the 96 Yankees team. The two best things from that are a team ball.
Nice.
96, this is the first time the Yankees won the World Series in like 10 years. This is this is the beginning of that 90s team.
Yeah. I remember that was the start of that whole streak.
And then we had a bat from that same team, plus like some Jeter stuff, Dwight Gooden stuff, Josh Strawberry stuff. There's a Joe Montana ball in my room at home. And then I just realized, thanks to our friend Steve, who's been on the show, that one of the random Magic cards that I bought in '99 is now worth $1,500. So,
$1,500? Holy shit!
Yeah. So,
yeah. Okay.
It feels like it's very difficult to sell them. If you sell to a store, they only sell at minimal. To get it from $800 to $1,500, I need to get it rated. But rating costs about $150 and gets me about $700. So I'm probably going to do that eventually.
Yeah, you got to take that to like some kind of trade show or something, right? Or like Comic-Con,
like trade show, right?
Right, something where there's some serious fucking collectors that are pining for that card.
I was thinking of taking it to Comic-Con next year, and then we can do like a little bit. We can do like a little bit in Comic-Con.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Be kind of fun. So, yeah, a little bit of everything.
Cool.
I like collecting. I like I used to. I don't know if you guys did this. I used to like my uncle, rest in peace. He used to get me the Topps set every year for like 5 or 6 years in a row. And
were they always like the baseball cards to get? I know Topps is like a brand that has gone on forever.
Well, and the thing about Topps, they would
Topps.
sell them in these big boxes, this long, right? And so you would take them out, and it would be every card, right? And so I used to, I mean, I didn't know they didn't tell me the value of these things, like 1987, like rookie cards, right? But I used to take them all out. I used to put them in order, and I used to really like organizing them. And we see now that I have an anxiety disorder with a little bit of OCD, so there's that. There's that.
Like there were signs.
Like there were signs. And as you can see from my loud alarm, we are out of time, and I think it's time for the next segment.
Ding, ding, ding.
All right.
All right. So this football game has turned into a winter wonderland. You can't see anything.
The field got covered very quickly.
Oh, you can't see it on the white. Look at the snow. Look at it on the wide angles.
It was a whiteout. It was a whiteout for a while.
Yeah, like it was messing with the TV because, like, of course, none of these shows are like very good bit rates, so it's just turned into this garbled like compression noise. It was just white. Blah, it looked like TV static. That's a lot of friggin' snow. Excuse me.
Look at Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
Mike Tomlin's like, I got this.
Oh yeah, no, like look at this. They are getting hammered. That's
You know
like
what? I would usually
right.
curse
We gotta move on, guys.
out
We gotta move
for
on.
saying
Okay.
snow looks pretty, but it's looking like it now.
oh yeah. All right, guys.
This all because Pete wanted a snow day.
I conjured it, man. It's here. But now it's time for Mighty Morphin Power Rankings. What?
It didn't do the thing.
No. It probably did it for the live stream. It just didn't do it for us.
It usually does it for us.
Oh, you know what? Because my interface got messed up, but it's on the live stream.
Well, it won't do it for the recording.
Oh, you're right. Damn it! This is what happens when I update my audio interface.
I know.
Stand by.
I'm right a lot. I'm right a lot.
Stand by, everybody. I hope this doesn't mess up the recording.
Well, just John, just use another clip or something like that.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Mighty Morphin Power Rankings!
Yeah.
Thanks, God.
There we go.
Very.
Okay, is that better?
Yes. I need the God voice, Pete.
Okay.
Give us the 50 minutes now.
Yeah, I know.
It's snowing in Cleveland.
Thou shalt not go to work if it snows more than 2 feet.
In Cleveland.
In Cleveland. No, okay. All right, enough of that. All right, so let's get to these rankings. There has been a dethroning. The Bills beat the
You said
Chiefs.
it. You said it. If they lose,
If they lose,
they
they're
might go down.
off the top because they've been barely winning all season, and Detroit looks like a freaking monster. So there they are. They're at
They
the top.
seem angry.
They're angry. They're
Like,
ready to
so
win this whole
angry.
thing.
Who hurt you, Detroit?
Yep. Oh, they're here to.
I lost. I don't think we heard that, Shane. Nope. Keep going, Pete.
Oh no.
Keep.
Sort of. Try again.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go. What were you gonna say?
All right. Where you? The entire city of Detroit. Where you? It's just a terrible place. Again.
No, we lost. It was.
We got
It
some
sounded
of
Cutting
that.
in and out.
It sounded stupid.
It's cutting in and out.
Hold on. You're saying like Detroit is like not the greatest
Well, I
city
mean,
sometimes,
Detroit
so like
is a
they
bad
kind of
city,
need this.
but it would be good for them.
Oh,
Last year in the playoffs, Eminem came to their defense, so that was cool.
that is true. But no doubt.
No, it's
this
good
is
to see them doing something.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I totally agree. I mean, this like last year was already good. It's great to see them continue this up. So they deserve the number one spot.
At the end of the day, they also should have won that game last season. Dan Campbell's balls just grew too big, and he was like, "Fuck field goals. Field goals are for sissies."
yeah,
I mean, that's exactly. It's literally a live interview. I interviewed him. That's what he said.
that's. I'm
Do
sure.
you think he's learned from that mistake?
No, I don't.
I don't
By
think
the
so
way,
either. I don't think so.
I mean,
either.
Listen,
I'm fine
they
with being
were
aggressive.
They scored 56 points in this game. They were up. I think they scored 10 in the last quarter. They were up by 42. The backup quarterback played 3 minutes of that game. 3 minutes. So that means Jared Goff played well into the fourth quarter with a 40-point lead.
Oh yeah, they want to humiliate all their opponents.
They want to beat them senseless. They're up by 40 and they're still doing hook and ladder trick plays and
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
having defensive linemen score. I mean, like, this team is out on a mission to assassinate people. And I think I'm there for it, honestly.
Yeah, dude. So now they're trying to be. Sorry, quick aside here. They're trying to be fancy with the showing the yard lines and hash marks and stuff like that. But they're keying white. So anytime a Pittsburgh shirt goes in front of that, it gets super dark. It's freaking
Guys, we
funny.
need to fix Shane's audio.
Okay, yeah, Shane, what's going on here, buddy?
Shane, is somebody watch?
no.
Is somebody streaming in your house? Like the football game?
His video is good though.
We stream everything. Yeah,
Okay.
What I'm saying is maybe it's a bandwidth
that's probably
problem.
what it is.
Well, now I can hear you though.
Holy
We don't-
shit! Did you see
Yeah,
that
but
catch?
it's
That
not
was
a good-
that was insane.
It's. All right, Shane. We're gonna try and power through this.
All right.
Shane, what I want you to do is I want you to switch off the microphone in Discord settings like you did before. Just pick something else and then just go back to the same microphone. Or I want you to maybe even try a different microphone, honestly.
That's just using the laptop mic right now.
All right. While we're waiting on that,
Shane's going to work on that. Let's go down the rest of the list here. All right. So, like I said, for the Bills, beat a good team. Then that'll get you above 7 in the rankings. Well, they jumped 4 spots to 3.
They
don't have them
the best team.
They did. I don't have them in front of the Chiefs yet because I don't know if it's a sustainable thing. And the Chiefs are like
that game was in Buffalo as opposed to Kansas City.
Right. But I mean, on the other hand, the Bills were without 2 of their top 4 wide receivers and their top tight end. So
I mean, Josh Allen is having an MVP season. He's putting the team on his back. I
was super impressed with Buffalo's defense that game. Ed Oliver came to play.
He did. They were really, really good at
had a pretty good run defense, too.
Yep, they were getting pressure where they needed to at Mahomes. This is the first game I've ever seen where the Bills' D-line actually got penetration and, like, stopped, like actually threatened Mahomes. Like, they got to him 2 or 3 times. On 3rd and longs, like Von Miller got one. Greg Rousseau has also improved a lot too.
The real fucked up part about this game is there were multiple times in that last Chiefs possession where calls could have went the Chiefs' way,
and they didn't.
They actually called the Chiefs line on holding, like they never do.
Right. And there was a bunch of other random stuff that, like, typically the season has been going the Chiefs' way, and it didn't. And then
the refs still tried to Chiefs it a bit, where they gave the Chiefs a catch that was not anywhere near a catch.
The trapping catch, that was not a catch, and they gave it to them. But I mean, there was one play in the last drive that called the whole. I mean, just shut the whole thing down. They're like, oh well, there it is, because they called it back, right?
I don't think so.
I wasn't that invested.
No, there was a big Worthy catch, but he didn't have 2 feet out in bounds.
Yeah, and that's not the first time that he's made that mistake. Like,
I've heard,
he's a fast guy, but he's got to be a wide receiver too. You got to be able to do that toe tap.
Yeah, I give him a little leeway as a rookie, but next year he's got to hit those.
That's the thing, right? Like, no matter how good he is and how good Mahomes is, he's still a rookie.
Yeah,
right. Mm-hmm.
For sure. So, Josh Allen, by the way, had 1.2% chance of scoring a touchdown when he tucked that on 4th and 2.
That was a hell of a good run. I mean, that was all right.
Can he win the angry runs for that?
Play of the year.
He broke 3 tackles. Yeah. And instead of trying to sidestep the DB or maneuver around, he literally just went, I'm going to knock you over.
That guy. You see, he
I'm going to kill
up.
you. And he just destroyed him, cutting into the end zone. That was amazing.
Hey, Shane, did you see the Josh Allen game-winning touchdown? Oh,
hey,
no.
Shane, do me a favor. Honestly, drop out of Discord and just reconnect.
Yeah, we'll get you back on the other side. All right, we're going to get Shane back. So, down the list here, the Ravens drop. I had to do something here because Philly...
They keep losing, and Philly keeps winning.
Losing. Philly looks really good.
Philly looks amazing.
They are riding on the back of Saquon Barkley, who is just carrying this team to greatness.
Sorry, John.
Pittsburgh, I kept in exactly the same spot.
I have a counter to that, by the way.
Okay.
Hear me out. Tyron Tracy Jr. is running fine. I don't think the Giants' problem. I mean, honestly, I think the Giants' problem just got released today. I don't think the Giants' problem was running back. And not to defend Joe Shoheen, but I don't know if the Giants this season win if Saquon Barkley stays. And Tyron Tracy is a $400,000 guy, right?
Yeah,
he's essentially free.
Ugh.
So I mean. Would they have been better? Is Joe Shoheen right or wrong? I don't know. I don't think so, honestly. Now Joe Shoheen is wrong with keeping Daniel Jones as long as he did.
Yeah, I don't think he's a good GM. Did you
see that they made Daniel Jones practice today before they fired him? Isn't that ridiculous?
That's so bad.
Yeah, he's not even a third string.
No, he
anymore,
got released.
Right?
They released him
Oh,
today.
he actually.
Oh, he's
released?
done?
Oh, I didn't see
Yeah,
that.
they fired him like 2 hours ago.
What?
Wow.
I missed that.
Yeah.
All
we
right.
go.
All right.
Hey.
Shane's back.
Shane's back.
Hey, it's me.
Hey.
That seems to work better.
I literally said, "Oh shit," sitting next to Jamie, and Melanie's like, "What the fuck, John?" I just looked at me like this. I'm like, "They just fired Daniel Jones. He got
Can't-
fired."
It's a
I
big
didn't see
deal.
that. Shane, did you hear about that? Danny Dimes got released.
He's
today?
gone.
What?
Yeah,
Fired.
Yeah.
You're released, yeah.
I
Wow.
haven't even gotten that on the ESPN app yet.
Yeah, I didn't get
saw
that either.
it
I'm surprised.
On Adam, the one
Schefter?
fucking
Oh,
Adam
Scheffner is a
Schefter,
big
yeah,
one.
the one NFL dude on X. That's where I saw it.
Damn.
One of the guys that when they say it, I trust it. I'm just like, oh yeah, that's right.
Oh no, he always he's a good source of that stuff. All right, so let's hurry power down here. Houston, welcome back, Nico Collins.
Well, no, let's do one thing. Let's do one thing
What,
now.
what?
All the things that Shane heard. Does he have anything to say about them? 'Cause we
Oh
want him
yes,
to.
go.
Quick recap. Kind of zoned out. I'm sorry.
Sorry,
Oh, no.
we're
If-
talking
if
a
you
lot about
didn't-
Bills dethroning the Chiefs there. About stuff about that game. The Eagles riding in the back of Saquon Barkley to greatness. The Pittsburgh Steelers are just annoying and they're incredible, but they're just boring, so they're just always at fifth. Ravens got knocked way down though for Pittsburgh beating them, and now you're pretty much caught up.
So
All right. It was good seeing Kansas City finally lose.
fuck those
Yeah.
guys.
Not
Yeah.
like there's some kind of bias against them, but it's you can only take so much of analysts and people that dissect the game for a living pumping up one franchise,
Oh yeah.
and to see them kind of fall back to earth when it seemed like they were protected from anything, from everything by Satan.
And Tony
Fall on their face and
Romo.
just like,
Yeah.
Tony Romo even that game
Even at the
had
end of
his
the
lips
game.
planted directly against Patrick Mahomes' ass.
Yeah. You know,
Sorry, Tony Romo.
who's
You can
worse,
still
though, him or
listen.
Collinsworth?
I liked.
Romo.
Oh yeah, I know. Right, Collinsworth is usually the Pat Mahomes like simp, but no, this time even Romo and
Simp.
they were like the Chiefs are like right. I meant like sympathizer, but I don't know if that
Oh
means something.
yeah,
That's
sure
how
you
that
did.
came
Is that
out,
what that?
though.
Oh, does that mean something worse?
It definitely
Oh,
does.
damn it.
You called him a simpleton.
Oh.
Oh
whoops.
no, I'm thinking of the other one.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay, I don't know what that means, but all right. I apologize,
Okay.
audience.
it's not good.
Guys, in the comments, what does a simp mean?
Oh no. I'm not sure I want to know. Okay.
Oh,
So-
that's the episode title. Simp balls.
Oh no. Oh no.
No.
Okay.
Anyway, Pete, run through it because we're way out of time.
Yeah, Vikings. I don't know what to do with them. They don't look as impressive anymore. The honeymoons wore off, so I'm throwing them down at 9 for now.
Sam Darnold
That's
is
'cause
Sam Darnold.
not a good quarterback.
He's come back to earth a
He's
little
Sam
bit.
Darnold. He's Sam Darnolding.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. They have a chance to rise back up, but I feel like the other teams there just have more potential that are above them. Welcome to the top 10, Chargers. Hello.
Yeah. Holy shit! Right?
long
Yep.
enough.
I told you, keep winning, you keep moving up.
5-game winning streak.
Yeah, they are
Also,
very impressive right now.
They're really fucking dangerous. Quinnen Williams, J.K.
Not
Dobbins.
that dangerous.
Yeah,
Hey,
but
they
they're the best they've looked in a long time. Herbert's finally
they
playing closer to his
charged
potential,
back to beat the Bengals, who looked like they were running away with it.
as they seem to
Hey,
often do. And
Minus
then they
100
all...
points for that pun. Minus 100 points.
1 point for Gryffindor.
And all right, so Denver also still pretty strong. They're honestly,
Bo
guys.
Nix is literally first in every offensive category amongst rookie quarterbacks the last 5 weeks.
I gotta say, slots 6 through like 12, really tight. Honestly, you could almost interchange any of these teams.
I agree.
You got a bunch stuck in the middle. I actually am slowly moving the Cardinals up. I've seen some rankings where people have them in 8th. Yeah, it still seems a little high to me. So
Please.
I know. Yeah,
I think the Cardinals' success depends intensely on whether or not Marvin Harrison Jr. shows up that day.
yeah. Or Murray has like a Superman
They
game.
either score 40 or 6.
Yeah, and a lot of it's Kyler Murray too. Like on games where he's locked in and just killing it, they're awesome. But that doesn't seem to become a consistent solution. He's very little. Yes,
so tiny.
He's so cute.
It's a little baby man.
He is.
A little baby man.
Yeah. A lot of teams moving up because I can't keep the Bengals up there anymore. They find ways to lose every week, and it's so frustrating. So I'm sorry, Cincy.
I got to tell you something about the Bengals, and we're going to sit on this just for a second. I'm probably going to talk about it more. Joe Burrow's having an MVP season. MVP. Jamar Chase is literally first in every offensive wide receiver statistic. Literally 2 Triple Crown guys, and they're not going to make the playoffs. They score 30 points a game, and they're not going to make the playoffs. It is fucking ridiculous.
It's crazy
how bad their defense is, and how unmanageable their defense is. Like they can't hold a lead.
Yeah.
They just can't.
Dude, Jameis Winston just did like a backflip into the end zone.
Pete, what's going to happen when the Steelers lose to the Browns? The Browns.
I don't know.
It's a division game.
Yeah,
Listen, I've always said the Steelers aren't that good of a team. Like you have them as 5. That's a little too high for me.
I might have got a little too excited.
Weird.
So I mean, like I said,
it's gonna happen.
They're gonna get knocked down if this is the case here, because this is the kind of game that Pittsburgh loves, and if they can't win in this kind of situation, I don't know.
We need to move on.
Yeah. Saints, welcome back to relevancy. And Giants, not last. Tommy Cutlets, the power of Tommy Cutlets put them from 32nd all the way up to 28th.
By the way, the Saints aren't relevant. Desmond Ridder is a bad quarterback.
Yeah, I know. Wait, Ritter's in the Saints now?
I think so. But actually, Carr's back, so never mind.
Yeah, Carr's back. That's what I'm saying.
Carr's back.
And the Jaguars,
like Shane Rattler or something.
Yeah, Jaguars.
Rattler.
Stop sucking, please.
No, they will continue to suck.
Oh, it's so sad. All right.
The suck is high.
All right. I don't want to dwell on the bottom of this list anymore. Let's move on.
Who gets? Oh, I was the Jaguars. I was like, who gets the loser award? It's the Jaguars. They're so bad.
They get the womp 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 award for sure.
Well, at least the trailer park kid got his bag. So,
Shane, I'm sure you agree that the Lions are probably the best team in the NFL right now. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Who do you think is the worst team?
Jaguars.
Yeah, it's probably the Jags.
Yeah.
God awful.
Yeah, I would have said Carolina, but they have way too much talent to be this bad.
They keep winning.
I don't get
They win
it.
sometimes.
No, the Jaguars. I mean, they have way too much talent to be so bad.
Yeah,
I don't know what's
You could
going
look
on
great
there.
on paper and still be shit when you go out there, though. That's
yeah.
That is like
That's
the
coaching.
definition
Look on
of the
paper doesn't mean
Jaguars.
anything.
That's coaching.
Exactly.
Doug Peterson, for whatever reason, only knows how to do like one good year. I don't know.
He's got one good one.
Anyway, we would like to thank one of this week's fake sponsors, Play Harder Foam Rollers. Recover like a pro with Play Harder Foam Rollers. Designed for maximum muscle relief so you can get back in the game stronger than ever. Play harder. Roll through the pain. All right, everyone, shall we kick off the shindig?
I
Yes.
love your catchphrases. It's so good.
I love it. That makes me
I don't have
want
the mouse.
to do an intro for the first topic of like rolling first topic.
Done. Print.
don't hate that.
Ask me a question,
That'll
Mark.
work.
I don't have a mouse. So
no.
Do it. Be better.
I'm using the track thing right now.
Oh,
All right.
no.
So our faithful followers know that I love to talk about turbulence amongst NFL head coaches, and I have not been too kind to the particular one in Dallas, Texas. Perhaps the rest of the world has been following my lead because there's chatter that former Cowboys player Deion Sanders may be a possible candidate for the not yet vacant head coaching job in Jerry's world. Now,
Coach Prime.
Now, Coach Prime has been making headlines by turning around the University of Colorado football team, along with his two sons, including Shadur, who is a quarterback and will likely be a high-round draft pick next season. So, everyone, if you were Deion Sanders, would you jump to an NFL head coaching job next season?
Isn't that the game?
Higher than college, yeah.
Do well and get promoted. That's what it is.
This is only his second year in Colorado, though. I mean, isn't that kind of sending a little
Is that
bit
it?
of a mixed message?
I thought he's been there longer. Okay.
No, he was it Jacksonville State? No. He was in historical black college. I can't remember now what the name was.
Okay, all right.
Research department, get on that.
Gotcha.
He was
okay.
there. He was there for 3 years, and then he jumped ship to Colorado.
Jackson
Jackson State.
Okay. Oh, that's right. All right. So he's got what, 5 years of coaching experience now. I mean,
like 20 years of NFL experience.
Honestly, right now it can't hurt. The Cowboys are in bad.
And his son is going to be a top 5 draft pick.
Speaking of teams that have way too much talent to be so bad,
but he's going to be.
I know.
By the way, Tim, you were right.
Tim, you were right. Mark, did you see this? Tim printed out the show, the what's it face, the words of the show, and he was just like, "Look right there, Tim, you were right."
Catchphrases.
I think that I would take the promotion if I was him. Will he? I don't know. He talks a big game about being players first and helping these kids be better people and football players. And I mean, I think that is served better certainly in college before these kids get rich.
He's amazing at recruiting, right? Because he's Coach
amazing.
Prime.
He's Deion Sanders, right? Of course, he's going to be amazing at recruiting. What's interesting is that he could necessarily. It isn't like guaranteed that he makes more money coaching college than he does coaching NFL. It's not guaranteed which one gives him more money. So, is he good enough? I don't know. I mean, Colorado's good, but it's not great. Did they win a national title last year?
No, but they were also like they had like the 2-12 the year before he started coaching. Like they were just an awful team.
So,
so
does he deserve he deserve a big job?
Shane, what were you saying?
Are you saying taking the Cowboys job or just taking an NFL job?
He's specifically taking the Cowboys
job. He's been linked to the Cowboys.
He's been linked. Yeah, a lot of people are talking about the Cowboys. Yeah. However, there's going to be probably anywhere between 7 to 10 head coaching vacancies, I think, next season.
Shouldn't be a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of people are going to get fired.
There's a shit ton
he's going to have an
2 and 3 win teams right now.
But except for New York, because that's going to be Belichick. New York's going to be Belichick's job.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. What were you saying, Shane?
I would take the jump. I wouldn't take the Cowboys job. It's a poison chalice.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Until really Jerry Jones steps back, it's too rough there.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Did you see the sky is literally falling in Dallas?
Oh yeah, the stadium is falling apart.
The stadium is falling apart. The sky is literally falling.
Oh man. If that isn't an omen.
I mean, $1 billion just doesn't go a long way these days.
Jerry Jones hosted the Mike Tyson. Jerry Jones hosted the Mike Tyson fight, and he's tried to say a bunch of really interesting shit about the NFL and live sports on Netflix, and his mic didn't work. Like, the sky is literally falling.
Dude, there's some signs there.
There's some fucking signs. It's going poorly in Dallas.
Dude,
Shane, what do you think is the best head coaching job?
That'll be available. That's a good question.
Be available?
I'm gonna guess the Jaguars.
I mean, you know it's gonna be open. I feel like there's a handful of football questions I should be asked, if we're being honest. I worked at Gillette for 8 years, so I just zoned out football a big chunk of my life.
Too close to it.
So like, you're there 5-6 days a week. Have people, hey, do you know the players? You talk to the players? Like, knock stands. Hello.
I pour beer for you, the people.
Yeah, exactly. I did that too.
That's funny.
I don't know. Like, if you can look at a job and be like, oh, there's something I can build here. There's a couple of pieces that I can anchor and maybe try to do something. Yeah, you can work with it, but I feel like the way the NFL turns over, it's hit the ground running or you're fucked.
Yeah. No, that's true. People expect results so quickly now.
Yeah. Would never take the Dallas job though, unless
Yeah.
No,
Jonesy gets
not
rid of the
enough
team.
money in the world.
I
Not
mean,
enough money in the world.
That's the thing, though. A guy like D'Amico,
Everyone's got a price.
No,
Yeah.
a
sorry.
guy like D'Amico Ryans comes into Houston and does a really good job and has proved that a young coach can take a team and turn it around. So I mean, like, it really kind of depends. I
Well,
mean,
Houston
yeah,
had players though.
Yeah, that's
but yeah,
the thing.
sure,
Houston
he got a ton of talent, but
Houston was
you
bad
think
on
about
purpose
it.
for like a year or two there.
You think about it, like, I mean, Dallas has less talent than it did last year, but still a ton of talent. And theoretically, they should be good. They're just not.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
I've always felt
I
their
thought they were
coaching
going to be a
was-
top. I thought they were going to be a top team, and they're clearly not, right? And on paper, you say why, right? Why aren't they a top team? I don't know.
I don't know. I've always thought that coach was kind of suspect.
I was going to say that. Could it be a
McCarthy is
problem of a
bad
coach failing to resonate with players?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, that's for a little while. That was what's going on in Philadelphia. I don't know why they turned it around, but nobody respects Nick Sirianni.
I know.
I mean, if that's the case, that you could actually kind of lead into maybe Sanders is the right guy for that job.
Mm.
As much as I don't want to say it, like
He can't be worse than Mike McCarthy. Come on.
We should close on that because we're out of time. Unless you want to say something really good, Mark.
I don't.
Final
I don't-
thoughts
that's
by
not
Mark.
that good. I don't have that. I don't. That's not that good.
All right, sounds good.
Plus, we got to move on.
Okay.
Yeah, we do. All right,
Speaking of deep,
sing me a song. Sing me a song, guys.
Where you going for tomorrow? Where you going for the next topic?
Do it more.
and I feel
Yes.
the next topic's coming right now.
All right. So we're going to talk about it, guys, because we've been kind of hinting at it. After an abusive 52-6 win this past weekend over the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Lions look scary. The Lions scored 7 touchdowns with a total of 645 yards and 38 first downs, all team records. And in classic Dan Campbell fashion, the starter stayed in until the very end, a backup QB, Hendon Hooker, only coming in the fourth quarter. Detroit has been dominant all season, beating opponents over the first 11 weeks, averaging 33 points per game, while their opponents are only averaging 17.7. So with one odd duck loss way back in week 2 and Dan Campbell refusing to take his foot off the gas, is there anything that can stop the Detroit Lions?
They're playing the Bills in 3 weeks.
Do you guys win that game, though?
I don't know. But hey, maybe if it goes my way, that's a preview of
I
the
mean,
fucking
that
Super
is
Bowl.
a gladiator battle, right? That is a Super Bowl preview. I'm excited about that
Could
game.
that please be the preview of the Super Bowl? 'Cause how exciting would that be?
Yeah, fuck yeah. I think that, I mean, you look at that team and the combination of Jahmyr Gibbs and the other guy, what's his fucking name?
Montgomery. David Montgomery.
The combination of Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery.
Thunder and
Amon-Ra
lightning,
St.
man.
Brown, Jared Goff being just good enough to lead this skill player monstrosity. Like, they're so good. So good.
If you take that one horrid game away a couple weeks ago, if you look at his average stats for the rest of the season, they're crazy good. Like his QB rating is like 126 or something like that.
Crazy.
If you take away that one game throws everything way down. But we won't talk about that.
I don't even know what happened that game. They
don't
went
know.
from scoring 40
5
a game to
interceptions?
16. Like 16. Like, what happened?
That's a Nathan Peterman-esque performance right there.
Nate Peterman.
But they still won. So I guess it's
I
not
don't
a
think
neat-
there's a better team in the NFL right now.
Yeah, they're just crazy.
And I don't
good.
think there's a team that wants it more either, by the way.
You know what's amazing too? Jared Goff has a game with 5 interceptions and they still won the game.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just shows you, man. When your team's that good, you overcome that shit.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I still think a formidable defense is going to beat Jared Goff because he's going to get confused. He'll turn the ball over.
I hope. I mean, for my own sake, like as a Bills fan, I hope that is.
But
the
you're
case
right.
when play Buffalo,
They have a great roster. I mean, Amon-Ra St. Brown as well.
He's awesome.
And they got Jamison Williams as well. I mean,
And
That
so this
offense.
this kicker, by the way, Jake Bates, not in anything, but Jake Bates has made all 14 field goal attempts, 3 of them being over 50 yards, and they're only paying him $795,000 because he is not a known. They got him this season. Kind of their kicker got hurt, and they just grabbed him. He's the best kicker in the NFL.
That's
Jake Bates.
Yeah, that's really good.
And St. Brown is still in his rookie deal.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's an important thing to bring up. That's the formula. Jahmyr Gibbs, Amon-Ra St. Brown on their rookie deal, able to take all of that money, spend it on other things, offensive linemen, defensive linemen.
Well, that's why I feel like maybe to Shane's point before, how coaches have this instant like be amazing or you're fucked situation, right? It kind of goes for a franchise as a whole these days because of normally the formula is a quarterback, right? You get a quarterback that's really good. It's like a ticking time bomb going down until that quarterback is $50 million out of your cap, right? You try to get that Super Bowl together as quickly as possible while they're on the rookie deal. In this case, okay, Goff's no longer on that. So you're kind of spreading that amazingness out by having these incredible skill players, like John just said on the rookie deal. So it's kind of that similar thing. It's just not the usual formula of, the quarterback's good. Go.
Let's look at the Cincinnati Bengals, right? The Bengals were good in the Super Bowl second year in Joe Burrow's career. Once they paid him and they had to spread that money out, bad.
Yeah, and it's going to get worse over there too. T. Higgins is probably gone after this year.
Yeah. T has to get paid. They'll pay Chase, but T has to get paid. So, I mean, like, who's left? And how do they spread that money? And I think that's like a question of, like, kind of bad ownership. And we've always known that the Bengals have bad ownership. Like, they tripped into Joe Burrow, right? So, I don't think they're good. And it scares me as a person who has Joe Burrow on a dynasty team. I think that team is going to get separated very quickly. I mean, it's going to happen.
It's unfortunate because the offense is really good.
They're so good.
So these are the remaining games for the Lions. You have Indianapolis, the Bears, Packers, Bills, Bears again, Niners, and then Vikings one more time. So how many of those games do you think they win them all?
I could see them losing 2 of those.
They only possibly lose 2. They only lose to the Packers and the Bills.
What about the Vikings?
I was going to say
they don't lose to the Vikings.
But those are all divisional games. Like, they could play each other hard.
Vikings have a killer defense.
Yeah.
Is that home or away?
So does Detroit.
It's in Detroit.
That's true. I just feel like Detroit's offense is so good.
Detroit's offense isn't that. I mean, defense isn't that great.
Okay, yeah, but still,
their
like
offense is.
Yeah.
Oh, their offense is just
30 points a game.
I mean, when you're up by 30 points at the end of the second quarter, and you know the other team is just going to do nothing but passing.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll say this: of the 3 games, right? Green Bay, Bills, and Vikings. They're bound to lose one of those.
What about Niners?
Oh, Niners.
They don't lose it against the Niners.
I know.
That is in San Francisco.
Niners
too banged up.
Yeah, Niners is such a weird quote. Well, McCaffrey's back. Don't forget. And
but Ayuk's out.
Yeah, but but there's a receiver there that's doing really well.
Guys are 5.
Juwan Jennings.
Juwan Jennings. I got him on my team.
I have Juwan Jennings on my team. They're still 5-5.
But I think they're still a pretty good team, though.
I feel like
if they make the playoffs, they're going to be very dangerous in the playoffs, I think.
They're one of those wild card teams in all sense of the name, where they could beat anybody and they could get beaten by anybody. Like, it's a weird team.
I don't know. Shane, what do you think of after hearing the rest of their schedule?
Bills might be the team that gives them a run.
Mm-hmm.
Might be about it.
Yeah.
It's
And that one was in Detroit, not at Buffalo.
But I always feel like interdivision games can get weird. It's like that.
Okay.
Oh, absolutely. Just look. I mean, Cleveland beat Baltimore, and they're potentially going to beat Pittsburgh tonight.
It's looking that way.
Watch.
What's the score on that now?
18-13.
Actually, Pittsburgh is driving, so we'll see. We still got time left. There's 7 minutes left in that game.
So much time left.
But
this is by the way what Cincinnati did wrong.
Okay, so say
scored way too early.
Detroit loses. They've only lost 1 game, right? So they're
lose
9-1. Even if they lose 2 more, what are those? A 14-3? That's freaking amazing.
Yep. And they won't lose 2 more. They'll lose 1 more.
Oh, man, that's a powerful team.
Yeah. I mean, it's gross, honestly.
As that is the one team that, if it can't be the Bills to win it, I would super root for them.
I gotta tell you, they're my backup NFC team, and they're Tim's backup football team too. They're really fun to root for.
Yeah.
Dan Campbell is really fun because Dan Campbell, ex-player, like big old defensive lineman, like
he's a fun coach.
He's a fun coach. He likes to get in there. He knows the guys.
Oh, Pittsburgh retook the lead.
Ballsy.
I don't know how
Ballsy.
Russell
Yes,
Wilson
he is
saw
definitely
him.
ballsy. I'm not sure. But,
yeah, literally.
And
literally
I mean, Amon-Ra
ballsy.
St. Brown is one of my favorite players in the NFL. He just, I would buy his jersey.
He has a list of, he's that guy who has a list of all the players that have better stats than him, so he knows who to beat. He's just like, he's intensely foreign. He's just like, I must be better than them.
What happened to his
So what
brother?
you're saying is he's unhinged.
He is completely
Yes.
unhinged. He's a crazy person. I don't know
That's
what
the
happened
kind
to
of
his brother.
unhingedness I want on my team.
His brother also has a
It's
crazy
almost
name.
like Arya
right?
carrying a list around of people she's going to kill.
Right?
It literally is that.
Does he
by the
recite
way.
it every time he's on the
He
bench?
definitely does. He definitely does.
You're lining up against him on defense. Oh my God, he said all these names. I'm going to get roasted alive.
Oh no. Yeah, you're a DB and you're like, this guy's fucking crazy. I gotta cover this guy.
And we're out of time.
Go home. I think I had an accident.
I pooped my pants.
All right. The last one was for John. This one's going to be for Pete. Ready?
Okay.
Next topic. Thoughts arise like butterflies.
Yeah. And Mark, you did not clip on any of those.
I know. I was watching that too.
Yeah.
All right. I'm coming. Hold on.
You
We should
are.
just
All
do
right,
it.
this is a Shane topic. All right,
Okay.
ballers. We're going to attempt to talk about soccer, or as the rest of the world calls it, football.
Football Americano.
Something somewhat recently, one of the Premier League teams over the pond made a drastic change at the helm when they let go of Eric Ten Hag. I hope I pronounced that right. Who had been with the club since 2022 and even won the FA Cup this year. But the club was off to its worst start in 35 years this season and didn't qualify for
what'd I
this
do?
season's Champions League.
You're
We
good, man.
hear you.
You're good.
So everyone, but mainly Shane. So after Eric Ten Hag got abruptly sacked, how do we feel about Manchester United's future?
Ooh.
We don't have you, Shane.
I liked how he played under the. I lose. Oh, son of a bitch.
Oh, its audio is like behind his video or something
Oh.
now. Go ahead, Shane.
Nope, it's not turning green. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
It's a little in and
Yeah.
out, but we can hear you.
All right, so toward the tail end of Ten Hag, it looked like they didn't have a purpose. They would only really start playing when they got a goal behind.
Mm.
And with what they had on paper, you shouldn't be playing like that. Everything just looked disjointed and uninspired, if that made any sense. So getting him out, although he might have won an FA Cup, and I think he won a League Cup as well,
He did.
definitely the right choice. But it's just been a carousel since Sir Alex retired. He was their manager.
I know.
From 6
So
to 13.
long.
And it's just been a carousel since he's left. And the weird thing is, they've brought in a handful of high-profile, well-respected coaches,
Mhm.
and it seems like they would start up here. By the end of their tenure of like a year, maybe 2 or 3 years, they're just in the shits.
Yeah.
So it's like the team and the administration is killing managers.
Yeah.
It makes negative sense. So it's good that they got him out.
What do you guys think
But
about
I
the
don't
pressure of
know
the
it.
Premier League? Like, I mean, as far as the Premier League, I mean, it is almost, in Europe at least, more intense than the NFL. I mean, more money, more pressure. bigger budgets.
I'd be freaked out if you're bad enough. You get regulated down to a lower league. I mean, that's pretty.
I mean, relegation is a real thing. I think that's pretty. Relegation is pretty intense.
Relegation should be a global thing.
Yeah,
shouldn't it? Like the Chicago White Sox should be relegated for like losing the most games in history.
They should be a AAA team.
Man U right now is currently 13th in standings.
That's insane.
Close.
I mean, that's insane when you think about it.
Could you imagine if they get relegated?
How many movies Manchester United has been in? Really?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
So the thing is, they're owned by the same family that owns the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
The Blazers. Now,
really? That's interesting.
So I had to take out a bunch of loans in order to buy the team.
That's
Hands
true
are
too.
tied when it comes to a lot of like player transfers and stuff like that. And the way this work over there is you don't buy out players in free agency.
Mm.
So say I owned a team and you owned a team and Mark was contracted under you. I would go to you and be like, hey, I'd like to have Mark play for me. And you're like, well, money talks. You need to buy him out of his contract.
Yeah, you need to buy him out of his contract, yeah.
I have to pay you like $50 million to get Mark, and then I still have to discuss personal terms with him. So if their hands are being tied behind their backs, they don't have the money to pay out, you're not going to be able to bring people in. And they're also looking at it as a brand instead of a team that needs to be in all these competitions to bring more revenue in.
Now, not knowing anything, but knowing just enough to be dangerous, how has the Saudi Pro League affected the Premier League specifically? Like when Ronaldo went over to Al Nassr, like how much did that change? Like you lose the best player in the world, and you lose him specifically because of money, right? Ronaldo just gets offered just a boatload of money to play in Saudi Arabia.
So it's not just affecting the Premiership; it's affecting all of the big leagues because these players are having money shoved down their throats.
Yeah.
So you're looking at it like,
money.
oh, he's making £350,000 a week, and that's like deep end money.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a pittance if you're playing over in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Like,
It's ridiculous.
They have licenses to print money over there, and it's like, oh, I don't care how much this is. This is a lot to you. This is nothing to me. I own 19 oil wells.
Right.
So they're not even looking. They're not even looking at like it's actual money. But
I mean, has it affected? I mean,
It's
obviously
detrimental to it.
it's affected Man U clearly, right? But like,
Yeah.
but how's it affected the Premier League as a whole? Like, is the Premier League worse? Is the Saudi League better?
So if you look at a lot of players that have gone to Saudi Arabia, it's players that are kind of on the back end of their career or that have gotten a bit long in the tooth. So they can't
Ronaldo,
really.
but Ronaldo isn't that.
A little bit.
I'm painting with a broad brush. He's also 30, which is
I'm sure he's
at the end of your rope when it comes to.
He's still making what?
sport.
What is it? 14 million a week? Jesus Christ,
It's insane. It's
fucking
insane.
gross. His wife's so hot.
I would do a lot of things for $14 million a week. Jesus Christ. No, it's bad for the game in the long run.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. By the way, I think
Because
that it's
Take
problematic.
to a
It's
higher level.
yeah.
Like if you have 2 or 3 good players on the field at one time, and the rest of them are just schmucks, for the lack of a better term. Like those players are going to look so much better than everyone else.
When you think about it too, like that's just the idea of relegation and promotion, and the fact that like the Premiership comes with more money than like the A League or like the league that like Wrexham's in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like Ryan Reynolds needs to come up with more money in order to continue Wrexham's promotion. And the fact that the Saudi League has more money than the Premier League, it's like, well, is the Saudi League a promotion from the Premier League now?
In
They got to get the talent
yeah.
there. Yeah, they got to get the talent there. The most of the talent is still in the Premier League. That's where all the good American players want to go. None of the American players are going to the Saudi League, at least the good ones.
Yeah.
All your talent's in Spain. It's in England.
Yeah.
You got a decent amount in Germany, but yeah, like Saudi can offer you a paycheck and only being able to. Saudi can offer you a really damn good paycheck, and you only need to play half speed.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to be playing against the best of the best of the best in their prime.
Yeah,
like
Saudi
Arabia. Yeah, Saudi Arabia has to poach like an overwhelming majority of the talent, not just a few big names. It's the same thing happened with the Live Tour. Like Live isn't really going to take off until they have just as many big names as the PGA. And a good contract, TV contract, because no one's watching the CW for golf.
Time.
Time.
Nice work, Mark. Nice work. We
I mean,
love
the
good
only way that
Shane. We love good last. We love good last lines here. It's the best. It's the way we roll.
All right, it's your turn, right, John?
Yes, sir.
I hate not having a mouse.
Wait. Can we keep on the Seattle music? Next topics.
There goes next topic. Watch it as it goes.
Nice. All right. I have so many good topics. The front office assassin Aaron Rodgers claimed another victim on Tuesday. After a 3-8 start and a general offensive failure, owner Woody Johnson has just fired Jets GM Joe Douglas. So the move comes just 7 weeks after Johnson fired head coach Robert Saleh. The Jets are now 30-64 since 2019 during Douglas's tenure. And while Douglas is responsible for Garrett Wilson and Sauce Gardner, he is also responsible for using the 2021 number 2 pick on Zach Wilson and bringing in Aaron Rodgers, which has seemingly reversed the last 5 years of work. So with the clearly losing record during his tenure, will moving on from Douglas help the Jets turn the corner? And what is the difference between the rebuilds in Washington or Houston versus the Jets?
I mean, the Jets need pretty much everything, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they have Garrett Wilson. They have a pretty good defense that they could build off of, but other than that, they need to get rid of anything related to Aaron Rodgers. Did you hear that Woody Johnson actually is now claiming that he said at the end of September that Aaron Rodgers needs to be benched?
I did hear that after week 2.
Woody Johnson was claiming that he said that.
Shut the fuck up,
I mean,
Woody.
Was he wrong?
I mean, no, he's not wrong. The thing about it, and all the defensive linemen are saying this, they're saying they feel bad. They feel bad. He can't run away from them. He's not fast enough.
Yeah.
Do they really feel bad?
I mean, they don't. They like hitting him. And I like them hitting him. But I think the problem is the year before they got Aaron Rodgers and Joe Douglas probably deserves to be fired for this, for making such a stupid fucking decision. The Jets looked kind of good. They were exciting.
Yeah.
Sauce Gardner was exciting.
I mean,
Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall were exciting. Like, they were winning games, even with fucking Zach Wilson.
On paper, they're better than their record, right?
Yeah, like
on paper.
That 2022 draft class by itself, I'm just taking a look at it. That's a freaking master class in how to field incredible talent. And like, how do you mess that up?
How does it get so bad so fast?
Honestly, if it wasn't like, if he just would have landed the quarterback, we'd be looking at this GM all differently.
I think so. I think. I mean, Zach Wilson was just an awful pick. They were probably a good quarterback away a couple years ago from being a pretty good contender.
Great team.
But now they have Aaron Rodgers cancer, and it's just invaded the whole team.
Yeah, dude, they're leaf blowing the hash marks, by the way.
I'm putting it in the hashtags right now. I love it so much.
I don't know, Shane. How do you propose the Jets should be fixed? Right? What do you think?
Nuke
the site from orbit.
it's that's one of the problems I found in sports over the past 10, 15 years. Like you get a team that's seemingly one piece away, a piece and a half away, and they go out and they sign some megastar to hitch their wagon to, and he winds up essentially running the team, even though he's just supposed to be your power forward or your quarterback or your third baseman, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, how about you don't sign the space shot, I'm trying to be weird just so I can be different quarterback, and maybe just
Well, I
give the ball to
think
someone else?
I think there's nothing wrong with that move, but it has to be the right move for the team, right?
Did you know that
Yeah, I
someone
mean,
here
especially
on Edit
a
These Balls We
personality
Talk
like-
always said that there was something wrong with that move?
He did, but that's because
He did.
you hate Aaron Rodgers.
He
Yeah.
did. He did. He always said so because there's that was a stupid fucking move.
Can we point out, by the way, in the 2021 draft class, I can't get over this, he drafted Michael Carter, and then 2 rounds later drafted Michael Carter 2.
No, I mean, here's the thing.
That's
Here's
according
the thing.
to Pro Football Reference.
Strictly on the Zach Wilson fuck up and the Aaron Rodgers fuck up, Joe Douglas definitely deserves to be fired. Like, right, definitely deserves to be fired.
They didn't have one winning season with him.
Not
as
one
GM.
winning season, and actually subpar. He's been subpar for 6 years.
Yeah.
Bad, even.
Yeah.
So he definitely deserves to be fired. That being said, how much of that is him? How much of that is Aaron Rodgers? How much of that was Zach Wilson? I mean, I don't know.
And how much it was Robert Salah, right? Like we really don't know if he's a good head coach because he never really had that really good of a roster.
I don't know. I mean, other than the quarterback, but the quarterback means so much. He never really had any schemes or anything interesting that impressed me that much. So, like, do you ever have a game where you've seen the Jets where you're like, wow, like, despite their quarterback,
when they beat the Bills, when Zach Wilson becomes superhuman.
But that's because the Bills beat themselves in that game. Like, that was a stupid game. Like, Buffalo played like shit that game. I don't give credit to the Jets for that. That was the Bills playing terribly.
The Robert Saleh effect seemed to been the biggest on the defense. It looks like because the defense is now just like they're subpar.
Yeah, what happened there? They should be a great defense.
Who knows?
I mean, I know Quentin Williams is getting older, but did they lose another?
He's not that old,
right? But like, didn't they lose another really good lineman though too? Still,
not really.
There's a lot of talent in that side of the ball.
There's a lot of talent on the Dallas defensive team too, and they're sucking.
Yeah.
Well, what's his face is just busy with his podcast.
Well, Dan Quinn was the defense coordinator for however many years, 2-3 years, and they were a stellar defense, and now he's gone and they're mediocre.
Yeah. So coaching is important.
Coaching means a lot.
Time, apparently.
Or is that your way of saying we're at time?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The guys didn't end it good, but we've been at time for a minute, so.
All right. I have a Seattle themed next
Do
time.
it! Seattle themed.
We've come to the next topic. Oh, yeah. Okay.
We'd like to thank another fake sponsor. Oh, I did not change this one. It's a repeat from 2 weeks ago. Kickoff
Christ,
Wings
Mark,
and Things. Start your game day right with Kickoff Wings and Things. Our wings are legendary, and our menu has everything you need to keep cheering. Kickoff, the first bite of victory. So the darling story from Hollywood during the summer of 2023 was a phenomenon known as Barbenheimer, with the Barbie movie and Oppenheimer.
You're gonna do it?
Yes.
I'm
Now
so
these
excited.
movies brought in almost $250 million its opening weekend and have since grossed more than $2 billion worldwide.
Yes.
Because Hollywood likes to just copy ideas.
Summons here, not a sponsor.
There's a huge marketing blitz for this weekend's premieres for the big screen adaptation of the musical Wicked and the sequel to Gladiator. So, everyone, do we think that the marketing is working or will work for Wicked and Gladiator 2 and will be a repeat of Barbenheimer?
Only if we can come up with a cool name. Do it now. Go.
So
what are your thoughts?
I've seen Glicked and Wickediator.
No.
Wicked sounds like a disease.
Doesn't it?
I mean,
you got a case of the
I
Glicked.
came down with Glicked.
here's the thing. Wicked's
Yes.
going to make $1 trillion.
Yeah,
Is it?
I don't know.
It's going to do
I'm not
really
They're marketing
Really
that.
that many
I'm not
theater nerds?
convinced.
I don't know. I mean, they're marketing the hell out of it.
They are pushing the shit out of Wicked.
They
and
are.
Every theater kid's gonna see it. I've already heard all the early showings are just people fucking singing the whole time. I love Ariana Grande as Glinda. I love Cynthia Erivo as Elphaba. I think that movie's gonna do really, really, really fucking well.
I think that
Gladiator
is.
2,
Gladiator
2, however, is not even close to Oppenheimer.
No.
It's not going to be good. It's a rehash of a movie that didn't deserve a sequel. We've talked about that on the show. I am not excited about Gladiator 2 because it did not need a sequel.
Yeah.
It didn't need one.
Sequel, or did they wait way too long?
It didn't need a sequel,
Yeah,
and they
I think
waited
it was
way too
fine.
long.
They did wait along, yeah.
Both, I think. They waited too long and
It's like
didn't need to be made.
making a Godfather 4, even though Godfather 3 was bad. It's just like coming up with a name that you own, right? And just like doing it for no fucking reason.
Right. Godfather
it makes me
4.
So
it can't be worse than
mad.
Godfather 3.
But it will be because
Personally,
it's
I'm waiting
Godfather
for
4.
Godfather 5, which is when they go to space.
Godfather 5 in space.
Returning to the roots.
Like, you know why they made 10
But in
Fast and the
space.
Furious movies? And they made 10 Fast and the Furious movies. Because every Fast
They're
and the Furious...
phenomenal.
Because they're phenomenal, right?
I mean-
but every Fast and the Furious movie was more fucking ridiculous. And it was
so
okay.
ridiculous.
Sure.
It was okay because it's a superhero movie, right?
Well, it turned
Like,
into
once
that.
you
You
get
get what they
I
were
didn't-
either stealing or trying to steal in the second one?
Who cares about the second one?
TV VCR combos.
Yes.
Right. I have actually a
Amazing.
really good theory about Fast and the Furious, by the way. Fast and the Furious 1 was good, 2 and 3 were bad. 4 was like a weird crossover one, but they restarted in 5, and 5 through 10 are great. Because they like
Wait, but
they're fucking great.
2 and 3 though, weren't those like
Blaspheme.
completely different
five,
casts?
5 is my favorite one.
5 is my favorite one.
Yeah.
5 is awesome.
I need to watch those. The
Oh,
original,
they're
because
so
the original
good.
is such a great movie, and I never I've watched
5 is better.
really okay. I enjoyed the first one, but like I've watched chunks of the other ones, but I haven't watched them all like straight through.
Literally, I went 5 through 10 with Jamie. 1 and 2 were different movies. 3 is a different movie, and 4 isn't a movie. 4 was just them like, oh, we're gonna make something.
Family.
So like, right, family. then when what's his face died, and they didn't actually
Paul
kill him
Walker.
in the movie. Paul Walker, and they didn't kill him in the movie. Oh God.
That's rough.
Anyway,
Yeah, that
didn't
doesn't make
die when
any
they were
sense to
filming.
me.
we have gone off
Yeah.
topic as we typically do.
We're still talking about movies.
I mean, I guess.
It's not the
I-
movies
you
you
know,
intended.
you know,
Sorry, Mark.
I
But no,
think
that
that
drives our point though. We're not that excited about Gladiator 2.
no one is excited about Gladiator 2 because we don't fucking need it.
Denzel Washington's in it though.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Have you seen one trailer in Gladiator 2? Real question.
Yeah.
I haven't. And I am
There's a guy riding a rhinoceros. It looks awesome.
Wait, what?
I am deep in pop culture. Guy
That
riding a
does sound like
rhinoceros.
something
It's
they would
funny.
do in ancient
Granted, I
Guy
don't
Rome.
riding a
watch-
rhinoceros.
Granted, I don't really watch TV anymore. So
Yeah, I do. I watch actually a lot of CBS, and it was made by Paramount, so CBS is doing a lot of promoting
Okay.
of this movie. And Pedro Pascal's been on a few things. Denzel Washington's been on a few things.
I mean,
Pedro will be good.
I guess
He's always good. But I mean,
I guess
he can't.
I mean, let's be honest, John. You're gonna stream it, right? You might not watch it in theaters.
I'm gonna watch it. I love action. I love big action. I love
Sure.
high fantasy. Like I love everything Gladiator is. Like I liked Gladiator 1, but I don't know. Different gladiators. Like why call it Gladiator 2? Call it something different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
New
like the
gladiators.
fucking Ford. It's like the fucking Ford Mach. It's like the Mach-E Mustang. Like why call it a Mustang? Just call it a Mach-E.
Just call it the Mach-E.
It's a great name.
Yeah.
Just call it the Mach-E. Don't call it a Mach-E
No, 'cause
Mustang. It's
people
not a Mustang. It's not a Mustang at all,
If
guys.
I end up buying that car, I will never call it a Mustang.
No, because it's not a
not a
fucking
Mustang.
Mustang. Just like Gladiator 2 is not a gladiator movie. It's about gladiators. Fuck. It's like a big part. It's a big part of history. You don't have to fucking make it a sequel.
Spoiler: there are gladiators in the movie.
All right, real quick.
Done.
Are we gonna see
Done.
either? Are we gonna see either movie in the theaters?
I will see Wicked in the theaters. I will not see Gladiator in the theaters.
Shane.
Part of that is I have a 12-year-old girl in my house.
Probably no.
Yeah.
No.
Pete?
No to both. Yeah,
No to both.
I think so.
Will you see it in the drive-in? Because Pete only sees movies in the
maybe
drive-in.
the drive-in. If they do a double header of the drive-in.
Only
Which-
sees movies in the drive-in.
Okay, our drive-in was dumb and did not do Barbie and Oppenheimer together as a
didn't?
back-to-back. No,
I thought
it's a missed
that's how you saw
opportunity.
it.
No, because we watched Oppenheimer in like the IMAX theater, and then Steph and I went to watch Barbie
remember
like the
that.
next night.
Keep in mind,
fucking-
Oppenheimer's a 3-hour movie. Okay,
Fuck, I love- I
I
Doesn't
realize
matter.
that drive-ins do double features, but Oppenheimer in itself is a double feature.
Dude, I would be in for that long haul.
Isn't
All right.
Wicked supposed to be pretty damn long too?
They're gonna do 2 parts.
Oh.
If you think about
Wait, really?
the theatrical, if you think about the play, this movie is only Act 1.
Really?
It ends on Defying
Like-
Gravity.
Huh?
2 parts as in an intermission or 2 separate movies?
Two
It's
separate.
going to be 2 separate movies.
Damn, I
because
did
they
not
only
know
did-
that.
They only did the first.
I didn't know that either. On the trailer, it looked like there were parts of the.
Oh,
second
they are
act
not
in there.
advertising it, but I heard it in multiple places. So
See,
we'll
that-
see.
That
We'll
makes
see.
me even a little bit more like, like I'd rather it just be one long fucking movie. Like I don't want to wait 2
Agreed.
years before act. Like right, intermission at a play, you go to Broadway and you don't wait a year
Now,
to go
here's
back
the
to watch
only
Act
thing.
2.
Ariana Grande cried when they gave her this role. She said she loves Glinda and she's going to take good care of her, and I'm really excited about that.
I'm sure she'll
honestly.
do well in the role.
She's pretty much a theater kid. I mean, straight up.
She's a very talented singer for sure.
Yeah.
There was that one skit on SNL where she, I don't know if you guys
Well,
saw
she
this.
does a great Celine Dion.
Oh
She
yeah.
does a great everyone. She's a voice chameleon.
There was a skit on SNL that showed that off where she was like some intern at a radio station and they're like, oh no, we've lost the computers, we're gonna have to live perform every song as they come on, and then she had to like sing every top hit from every different singer, and she sounded like all of the singers.
They've done
Like
that
it was
skit more than once. Yeah,
but she nailed it live.
she's
on
so
live
good.
TV. It was perfect.
All right, we got to move on.
All right.
I have no more Seattle songs.
It's 11:06.
Oh. Next topic. Won't you come to give us more to say? Next topic. There you go.
So great, Pete. So we're gonna totally switch it up. Sometimes when you get new friends, it's hard. And after a frighteningly slow start, the New York Knicks just completed the best week of this early season, putting together 3 and now 4 actually consecutive wins, beating the hell out of stupid-ass Joel Embiid and the Sixers, as well as beating the Nets in back-to-back matchups at MSG. Centerpiece big man Karl Anthony Towns is doing what he's getting paid for, leading the team in points, 26.2, rebounds, 12.4, and blocks, 0.8. I'm currently in 4th, and finally with a winning record. Do you think this Knick team is good enough, and more specifically deep enough to compete with the Celtics and the Cavs? And what do you think they're missing? Jalen Brunson. Sorry. It's my
So
favorite
Shane,
thing.
Is
here's
he-
something you don't know about John. John loves to talk about his New York sports teams.
Fuck yeah, I do. Especially when it's exciting.
when they're good.
Right.
And the Knicks are suddenly winning again. So John wants to talk about the Knicks.
John has suddenly become a huge Knicks fan over the last
I have
year
always
and a
been a
half.
huge Knicks fan. It just hasn't been interesting to talk about until they've been good. Fuck you.
It's
Fuck
been,
the both
it's
of
been
you, by
hiding
the way.
underground until now.
And by the way, my money is somehow we're going to talk about the Yankees in this topic, but that's another story.
I wrote a Yankees topic, but we're not going to get to it because there's another one that I like better. So fuck you too.
Oh my god.
But anyway, so I mean, we've talked about this before. I mean, Cat is an amazing talent.
He's having a great year.
He's having a great year. However, that team is not very deep. I mean, they got rid of 2 very good players in order to get Cat.
Oh, that's right. that big trade
did.
last season in the
They
offseason.
did.
Yeah.
They definitely did. But Randall and Dante DiVincenzo aren't having great years on Minnesota.
Well, I mean, it's a completely different team, right?
Yeah.
So they have to get used to that. I can't remember who the head coach of the Timberwolves is right now off the top of my head, but that's a very young team.
However, you know what's
in
happening
general.
in New York right now? But as they have been gelling and as they have been winning, the space that Karl Anthony Towns creates has made OG Anunoby top 5 in both post-up points and whatever they call dunks, like short points or whatever.
Points in the paint.
Short
Points in the paint. Yeah. He has it has granted him space because now not only do you have to cover the post, you have to cover outside. It has made Jalen Brunson pass the ball more. He's the second in scoring, but tops in assists. He's actually being a point guard. I think the Knicks are in a much, much better place than they were, honestly. And
last year?
Yeah, because it's
really
still, we're 15 games in. They're 9-6, and they have started to win. And I mean, the Nets are a pretty good team. They beat them twice. The Suns are not a great team, but a fine team. They beat the Suns pretty effectively. I mean, obviously the Celtics, and I mean, I'll give you guys this: the Celtics are a better team, better team.
And
So
they have
lost to the
someone.
Celtics.
They have someone once he gets healthy that can defend Cat.
Yeah.
And former
So-
New York great Kristaps Porzingis.
Fuck that big Russian guy.
He's a very large man.
He's a very
large
It's
man.
very low. So is Cat though.
I play
And Cat shoots the ball
basketball.
real good.
I block people.
Porzingis is taller.
I know he is.
He's not thicker and heavier, but he's definitely taller.
No, he's built like.
I know. Well, no, now he might be two fingers because he's put on some weight. But when he first came in the league, he was a stick.
But here's the thing. Okay, so you think about the Knicks of last year. The Knicks had no height. Julius Randle, the strongest guy who didn't play in the playoffs, is 6'10". So Cat is taller than that. Cat also can play in the paint. Cat can score more than Randle. I mean, and once they figure it out, I think they're better.
I'm not convinced because
Miles McBride is hurt, but still there. And then there is a guy who is playing current Knicks sixth man, is playing lights out, like playing so good.
What about Mikal Bridges? He still has that funny shot, right?
Sure, but Bridges, 18 points, still kind of playing great. I mean, they really, really gelled, and I expect them to keep winning, honestly. Does anybody have any opinions on this? Or I mean, I just keep talking about how the Knicks are great.
I mean, it's not my strongest suit.
Doesn't seem like they're deep enough.
I don't think they're deep enough. Like one injury to
that's the guy, Cameron Payne. Cameron Payne is playing great.
One injury is gonna just
Is that
completely
derailing
obliterate
the
them.
whole team?
Yeah. Especially if they lost Cat or Brunson, what are they gonna do?
I mean, if you guys look, I mean, that's a fucking weighted question.
But you're right. You're absolutely right. But here's the thing: if the Celtics lose Jaylen Brown, they still have Jason Tatum, and vice versa. Right?
But you literally said the top two players. If the Celtics lose Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, what are they gonna do?
No. It's one or the other. If they lose Cat, I think they're fucked. If they lose Brunson, I think they're fucked. I don't believe that's true with the Celtics.
I don't think that's true either, though.
Oh, it's happened. Jaylen Brown was out for a few games. Celtics still won.
I mean, I don't necessarily think that the Knicks losing Brunson or Cat, because I think the Knicks have enough tall guys. Precious is pretty good. I think that
Precious?
Yeah, Precious Anunoby.
They have
fucking
Anunoby's first name is Precious?
That's amazing.
No, I think his name is Precious Anunoby, and I don't necessarily know if that's true, but I'm gonna look it up.
My precious.
Oh no, his name is Precious Achiuwa.
Achiuwa.
Okay. That's Precious.
That's a hell of a handle.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 6'8", 243. He's a beast.
Damn.
But I mean, like, Mitchell Robinson's gonna come back. I mean, I think the Knicks are in a good spot. I really do.
You got to be
Now-
good if your name's Precious.
Here's the deal.
That's true.
Here's the
That's
deal.
True.
The Celtics are great. They're great. The Cavs are great. Great. So the Knicks have
So where's
a
that
lot
leave the
of
Knicks? Yeah, where does that leave the Knicks?
third.
Yeah.
I mean, they're in fourth right now.
How many trophies did they give up for third place, John?
Shut the fuck up. The Pacers, not great so far. So I'm not scared of them. I don't know. We will see how this season bangs out.
Time
We're
will
also
tell.
what only
Time
15
will
games in
tell.
out of
Mm.
82. So
What'd you say, Shane?
we're also only 15 into 82. So
Yeah,
no.
the season is
there's a
young.
lot that can happen.
The fact of it is that they put 4 together in a row, and I was a little worried, but now I'm less worried.
It's all right. They'll probably lose 4 next week, and John will be like, "The Knicks suck."
I won't. I'm so excited. Jalen Brunson. All right, let's go.
All right, Pete, you got another Seattle song?
Oh, I'm running
If
out of
not,
Seattle
I got plenty.
bands. Yeah, go ahead.
Ooh, we're about to talk about this topic. I can feel the next topic. It's going right.
Boom, boom.
Oh yeah.
Oh Lord.
By the way, John, we can hear everything on that microphone.
Yeah, I'm doing it on purpose.
No, when
It
you put
sounds
down,
like the Astros dugout.
yeah, it does.
I was making noise with my beer can, bitches.
Oh, that's a curveball. Outside corner.
Did I say something? I was banging the beer can, but I was doing that on purpose.
No. We like this whole episode. We hear everything that you put down on that desk.
That's funny.
You're gonna hear it when you edit.
It's the new mic software is getting everything out of that mic.
You made
All
me
right,
make
so-
it really loud, Pete.
So
I mean,
this is
it
why
does. You sound great at it.
This is why that last song was appropriate. So last week was the much hyped spectacle of Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. Jake Paul, by the way, came out to In the Air tonight during that fight.
Bad.
Unfortunately, it came in like a lion and out like a lamb, with the Rock'em Sock'em Robots fight being more entertaining. The entire fight, I was waiting for Tyson to turn it on and unleash the beast, but he decided to just Pac-Man munch his glove all night and just let Paul hit him. Now, the undercard matches weren't very entertaining either, with the exception of the battle between Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano.
That fight was good.
At the very least, though, one very memorable moment for myself in particular came from the opening fight between Niraj Goyat and Whindersson Nunes, when Goyat just apparently decided to just start dry humping Nunes in one of the corners. True story. So, everyone, this made me think of some other things, but I'm curious what you remember as some of the most embarrassing moments in sports.
Ooh. Don't like 5 of those belong to the Jets?
Yeah. I put down 5 myself. One of them is the butt fumble.
The butt fumbles definitely one.
Unfortunately, Mark Sanchez is going to be known for that one play in his entire career.
I know.
I'll give this to him though. He owns it.
Okay.
Butt fumble.
This is before our time. Wasn't there a Minnesota Viking that famously ran the wrong way and scored a safety on his own team?
Yes.
And thought he scored a
A
touchdown?
couple times, actually.
I'm sure, yeah. That's probably not the only time that's happened.
How about Leon Lett?
Leon Lett. He has got
Oh.
2 very embarrassing plays.
Right. That was, but I mean, he wasn't expecting, who was that? Don Beebe
Don
to like
Beebe.
sprinted the entire way down the field. They were already losing 52-17. And Beebe was like, no, you know what? I'm fucking angry.
Fuck you, bro.
This does not go to 59-17.
I mean, the one that the Leon Lett one that I think is a lot more embarrassing is the punt, where no one was supposed to touch the ball, and Leon Lett, for whatever reason, just decides to dive on the ball and he just kicks it, and then the other team gets the ball right back because he touched it.
Chris Webber's timeout.
Oh, I was thinking of
That's
the
a good
Super
one.
Bowl
Trevor's
20.
timeout.
Mm.
What about?
Didn't Trot Nixon flip the ball into the stands when there was only 2 outs?
Yes, he did.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Former Red Sox great Trot Nixon. Another very funny outfield play. Remember, John, you might remember this when Jose Canseco got hit on the head and it became a home run.
That's the one I was just thinking about. Yeah, you should look. Anybody who's watching should look up the video of this one.
He went to go try and catch it. He totally missed it. It bopped off his head and went over the fence.
Oh no!
The Manny Ramirez double cutoff.
That is one of my all-time favorite Manny Ramirez plays. So Pete,
Yeah.
Johnny Damon, former Red Sox great, was trying to get the ball into the infield, and Manny Ramirez, who was like on maybe 20 feet away from him, decides to just dive for the ball and cut it off for no reason whatsoever.
Why?
I don't know.
Do we want to talk about Bill Buckner, or is that too soon?
That's on my list.
No, it's still too soon.
Okay.
They've won 4 titles since then. Okay.
I was wondering what you guys were thinking about that.
Didn't George Brett shit himself during a game?
Oh,
he did.
Wait, there was an NFL player I was hearing about. Is that guy?
No. George
Brett was a third baseman for the Royals.
I gotcha.
Well, so are you thinking about when he got his home run got called back because of the too much pine tar in the bat? He just went fucking nuts.
He shit himself.
Yeah.
Damn.
Shit himself.
How about Patrick Waugh throwing the save back in the goal?
Oh no.
You guys remember that?
No, but that's pretty bad.
Yeah, he saved it and then he like
still
dropped
has
it.
Stanley Cup rings in his ears. So
Yeah, man, like he's a great player, but he's just like, oh shit.
It wasn't viral enough to last for years, but there was a similar weird ass hockey goal where I forget who it was. It was somebody playing the Sabres, and they flipped the puck up, and it landed in the dude's goalie pants, but in like the backside, and the goalie didn't realize it, and he backed into the net, and it counted as a goal. So it was like a butt goal.
Something else. So the guy who now manages the new minor league soccer team that they're going to be putting in Pawtucket, RIFC, a guy named Connor Smith. He used to play for the Revs, and they had him take a free kick on the left channel to try to like curl it into the box so someone else can get their head on it. And he mishit this thing so badly that it went clear across the field.
Oh no!
It kept getting put up as the worst free kick of all time. The MLS would go up every now and again and find out when it was put on, and they would rip it off YouTube, claiming like copyright infringement.
Wow. Damn.
Yeah. I definitely had a play like that when I played.
Guys, I'm going to change the subject. Who just let Tim get Anthony Richardson? How did that happen?
Are you talking about AQFL?
Yeah, no, Greatest League. Tim.
I don't need Anthony Richardson. I mean,
Anthony Richardson.
Yes.
Sorry.
I know that reference.
I didn't realize how it was dropped. Anyway, so the last one that I have on my list, Steve Bartman. Now he's not an athlete, but definitely a very embarrassing moment in sports. Right?
Do the Bartman.
The name sounds familiar. Well, what?
He was the one. He was the fan in Chicago that Moises Alou was trying to catch the foul ball, and Steve Bartman kind of got in his way and interfered. And the Cubs apparently were supposed to win the World Series that year.
Damn.
But they lost that game and they didn't win.
Oof.
It was very.
That's rough.
It was against the Marlins.
I believe so. Yeah.
John,
funny story. Steve Bartman, I believe, someone correct me if I'm wrong, got a World Series ring when the Cubs did win the World Series.
Amazing.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Hey, Mark. Do you know what time it is?
It's the final topic.
That
was
works.
really good, man.
Second time's a charm. Yes.
Fuck yeah, baby. I have been really excited about this topic, so we're going to talk about it. It was announced last week that Niantic, the creators of Pokemon Go and Hey Dane, Ingress, as well as other geocaching mobile games, plan on creating an AI model for navigating the physical world using scans collected from players of its mobile games. For the last 5 years, Niantic has been focused on building out a VPN, that's for virtual positioning system, which could use a single image from a phone to determine its position and orientation using a 3D map built from their data. And I heard this was accurate within centimeters. How much data, you ask? This model draws from over 10 million scan locations worldwide, with users capturing roughly 1 million new scans weekly. So keeping in mind that everyone in the world willingly carries tracking devices, and companies continue to show willingness to do whatever they need for data, what do we think about Niantic's practices? And do we think this was the plan from the beginning? Just buried within their EULA.
Creepy,
wow.
but only a matter of time.
Yeah, and to be fair, other companies are already doing this, right?
All your data are now belong to us. Pretty much.
But I mean, let's think about this really specifically. Pokemon Go and other geocaching games are literally take a picture at a spot and then walk to another spot. Like, they're literally telling humans to do the thing that they need them to do. And they bought an IP that people really like. They tested it out with Ingress is a sci-fi geocaching game. But they tested it out with an IP people don't care about. This is literally the plan 10 years ago, to take live data of people walking from place to place. Like, they're just making people little test dummies, and then taking that data, which they apparently own, and using it to accurately depict where a person is from a picture. And I was I wanted to expand this out to list this sci-fi fantasy thing that I'd like to bring 20, 30, 40 years from now. You take a picture of social media, or you take a picture and you put it somewhere, the robots can fucking find you. They can find you. It's crazy. It's crazy to me.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Pete.
No, I mean, I feel like this kind of stuff, right? This is where, okay, if you have the FCC doing their job, it should be to make sure the companies that try to do this stuff.
Is this an FCC thing?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's whoever is using this, it's their right to know. It should be forced to be big, bold letters in the forefront and saying, you are, by participating in this game, you are participating also in this data collection thing where your location and images and stuff are subject and are property of this other company, and not buried in the EULA of
when was the last EULA you read all the way through? You guys have all seen the Black Mirror episode about the Netflix thing, and then the chick is oh, you signed this. How did I sign this? Oh, well, in the agreement you signed when you signed up for this service.
Right.
What was the last EULA you read all the way through? Because, by the way, nobody does that.
No, and they make them 50 pages long on purpose so that nobody would ever read through it. But I feel like that's where those, when it's those big things, the most important parts of it should be front and center. It should be a pop-up, and you have to agree to each individual thing. If they use any part of your things that could be considered your own privacy, they should, at least you should know about it.
But let's really expound on this. I mean, I love my phone. Everybody loves their phone. But at the end of the day, it's a tracking device and a listening device, and you carry it on purpose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's so many times Steph and I will be talking about not even necessarily a product, but a situation. All of a sudden, a product for that thing will show up in an ad on our phone, and it's whoa, what the, it's listening all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
And I have Amazon devices all throughout my house. I do, because they're really useful. And I love Amazon Music. I love being able to have an intercom system. All these things are really great. But I'll tell you what, I talk about random shit on it. I was talking about all this nuclear doomsday scare, and I'm seeing shit on it. It's on my Amazon stuff. I'm just like, that's weird. It's weird, man.
Did like a nuclear bomb shelter show up to purchase an Amazon?
Did you know that other companies, by the way, other countries are building bomb shelters for their citizens?
I mean,
That's fun.
Yeah.
didn't Putin just say he's testing nuclear missiles right now and lower the? I mean, we're all fucked. We're all gonna explode.
I mean, he shot a hypersonic nuclear capable ICBM into Ukraine and was like, "Hey guys, I can shoot this anywhere and you can't shoot it down." Just saying.
And we could put much bigger bomb on this than we
Much
use.
bigger bomb. You are so fucked, America.
Pretty much.
Different topic though. Let's stay on AI proliferation and privacy problematic issues. How do we defend ourselves? How do we defend ourselves? Or do we? I mean, do we not take part in the modern world to make sure that we can't be tracked? How far away from Minority Report are we? Like, really? 10 years?
I mean, close. Minus like the cool visual effects, we're pretty close.
I mean, how many of the Tesla faceless robots are actually autonomous and could find you and arrest you? Like, oh my God. Does Boston Dynamics and OpenAI and Tesla have a deal? Like, oh, Jesus Christ. There's so many fucking crazy things that are happening right now.
There's so many conspiracy theories in your head, but they're all believable.
Yeah.
They're all believable.
Dude, do you remember that Flash video that we watched when like right at college? It was like, robots are our friends, robots are our friends.
They are
but
not
sometimes
our friends.
accidentally kill. And it was like, what the fuck is this?
I don't know. I don't know what to do
Sorry,
about
that
it.
was a deep cut.
I don't even really know what to make of it,
From the
honestly.
aughts
Because
internet.
I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna stop. I don't play Pokemon Go, but I know a lot of people that do.
Yeah. The worst thing is this is not an issue that we're probably gonna have to deal with. It's gonna be the next generation.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's gonna be that long, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll definitely still be. I mean, we'll be ignorant, like, hey, yeah, curmudgeons back in my day. But
I mean,
we'll still be using the technology that's going to do all this stuff.
Okay, so we're in our mid-40s. We're not going to be crazy senile people for another 30 years. Do you think it's going to be 30 years until we get autonomous police forces?
Yeah,
really?
it's sooner than that.
I don't know. You guys ever hear the death clock on the internet?
Yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah,
I did that. I only have 18 years left, so.
Oh shit!
I'm good.
Well, I'm gonna get put in the machines.
I thought you were talking about like the doomsday clock.
Forever.
So.
I'm going forever.
All right,
Matrix shit.
You're gonna be
no.
It's gonna be one of those like formaldehyde jars in Futurama.
Yeah,
where you just
like
have the heads
formaldehyde
floating.
guys in Futurama.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going for.
All right. I think we're good, right?
I think so.
We're at time.
All right. So
It's a good end.
that has been our topics. Next week is Thanksgiving, so we will be off, but we will return with another first-time guest and also my boss, Avon Souza. In the meantime, you can catch up on our old episodes on our YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/@iftheseballspod. And don't forget to subscribe to us by tickling that little bell.
Tickle, tickle, tickle.
We would like to thank our guest for joining us this week. Thank you, Shane.
Thank you, Shane.
Thanks, Shane.
You can follow or like us on our socials at If These Balls Pod on X, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, and TikTok. Our website is www.iftheseballscoulddtalkpod.com, where you can find the power rankings and you might be able to spin the wheel yourself. This is Mark Pesci, and for my partner John Campagna and producer Pete Steffen, that's what we feel they would say if these balls could talk.
Night all.
Good night, everybody. Go Browns.